Hi everybody, welcome to Science Club. We're going to have lots and lots of fun over the next few weeks, so I really hope you enjoy yourself. Okay, what we're going to be doing each week, there will be a different science experiment that we are going to carry out. And each experiment, I hope, is going to inspire your really inquisitive minds that I know that you have. Okay, there are many other scientific skills that we will be developing through these experiments, including being observant, so doing some really good observational skills, using our eyes and looking at different changes we might see. We're going to be curious. We're going to be swimming like dolphins, being really curious, thinking about why has this happened. Like I said a moment ago, we're going to be inquisitive, asking lots of questions. We're going to be committed, okay? Now, some of these experiments will go on longer than a day. We will have to observe for more than one day to see these changes happening. And lastly, patience, which is one of our values. You need to be incredibly patient because, as I've said, some of these experiments will take time. Okay, now also remember, if something doesn't work, then that is okay. That is what science is all about. Things do not work all of the time, and we just have to question, why haven't they worked? What do we need to change? What could we do differently next time? We persevere, we carry on, we keep going. I really hope you enjoy yourselves. I will be asking you to post some videos and some photos of your work onto our Lordswood School Facebook site. So please make sure you do that. Okay, so experiment 1, okay, today we are going to be doing an exciting experiment. Okay, and for this experiment, you will need a clear jug pot. You will need some vinegar. You will need an egg experiment. You will need a pen and a piece of paper. Okay, so these are the resources that you will need. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do, okay, is to carefully pick your egg up, have a look at it, have a feel of it, okay, and I would like you to draw your egg on a piece of paper. Okay, so I'm going to draw my egg, okay, and I just want you to have a think about how you would describe the outside of your egg. Okay, so I would like you to pause the video, okay, have a think, how would you describe this egg? And I would like you to label your picture of your egg. So pause for me now. Okay, hopefully you have just described your egg. I would describe my egg as being hard. So that's what I'm going to write down, hard. I would say the shell is quite delicate because it can crack really easily. So I'm going to write delicate. Okay. Oh, it's quite smooth. The shell is quite smooth. Okay. Now what I'd like you to do is to draw what an egg looks like on the inside. So if you're unsure and you've got a spare egg, crack it open and have a look. And I would like you to do exactly the same again. Draw it and then describe what it looks like, what it feels like, perhaps what it smells like. Okay, so pause the video and do that for me. I'm just drawing the inside of my egg. Okay. And there we go, there's the inside of my egg, okay? And I know that this bit in the middle, which is yellow, you could colour it in yellow. You could colour the outside of your egg as well. Tell me what colour the outside of your egg is. It's yellow and it's called the yolk. Okay, and then all the way around it you have your white. You have your white. Now, how would I describe it? I think it's very slimy, very gooey. It does have a little bit of a smell. Okay, slippery. I know that when I've cooked before and I've got eggs on my hand, it is a bit slippery. Okay, perfect. So now we know what our egg looks like on the outside, and we've described it, and the inside. So now we've done that, I'm going to tell you what our experiment is. We are going to try and make this egg bounce. And now I know you're all looking at me thinking, Mrs. Taylor-Rae, if you tried to bounce this egg, it would go splat on the floor. It would crack. The egg on the inside will go everywhere. It'll be gooey, it'll be smelly, it'll be sticky. Okay, but we are going to try. We're going to try and make this egg bounce. Okay, so what you'll need to do is you will need to get your pot and put your egg inside it. Okay, then you need to get your ingredient, which is vinegar. Now, Mr. Taylor-Rae doesn't really like the smell of vinegar. I'm going to try and do it as quickly as I can. Now, I would suggest if you've got one of the little holes and you usually squeeze the vinegar out, I would take that out because you need to submerge your egg in vinegar, which means you need to completely cover it. Okay, so here we go. Completely cover your egg with vinegar. Okay, now do you remember those scientific skills that we mentioned earlier? Are you ready? Being observant, so having a good look at things that are happening. Curious, so keep asking your questions. What is going to happen? We've put an egg in vinegar. What's going to happen? How's that going to make it bouncy? You need to be inquisitive, open-minded. Things will happen, things will change. You need to be committed and patient. This experiment does take time. Right, okay, so we've put the egg in the vinegar. Okay, now have a little look. Is anything happening? I'm just having a careful look. Pause the video for me, have a look. What's happening to your egg? Is anything happening? Nothing is... Oh, actually, no, I can see something. I can see some bubbles. Bubbles around my egg. I wonder why. Why might there be bubbles around the egg? Pause the video, have a quick chat to somebody in your house about why there might be bubbles around your egg. Hopefully you just had a really good conversation about where there might be bubbles. I wonder, perhaps there's a chemical reaction happening. So maybe perhaps it's something to do with the vinegar and the shell of the egg. And where they're mixing together, there's a reaction happening. I don't know. I wonder if my egg's bouncy yet. Shall I put my hand in? Shall I put it in? I've done one. Are you ready? No, still hard. Got to be really, really careful. It's still hard. The shell is still hard. Although I can see little bubbles all the way around. I'm going to put it back in. Don't think it will bounce yet. Don't try. Okay. Put it in. Now, I was at home last night and I started another one. Okay, so this egg's been in this vinegar since probably about 7 o'clock last night, and it is now midday, so quite a few hours. Okay, and take it off. Oh, look, ew. Can you see that? What that might be? What do you think that might be? Looks like slime. Oh! Look. Okay. Oh, you have to be really, really careful. But now when I pick my egg up, the shell isn't hard anymore. It's quite soft. It's quite a soft. Hang on a minute. The egg that I've just put in here It's still really hard. But this one, you have to be really, really careful. You don't want it to break. Oh, and look, what's happening to that shell? Can you see? Some of the shell's coming off. I wonder why. Look, it's gone from like a brownie colour to like, I'm able to wipe it off and it's white. Very interesting. I wonder if it will, oh look, I can squidge it. Squidge, squidge. Can you see? It's not hard anymore. Oh, I'm going to put it back in because I don't think it's going to bounce quite yet. Now, for this experiment, you do need to be patient. You need to leave the egg in your vinegar for about 48 hours, which is 2 days. Okay, and once those 2 days are up, okay, hopefully, put that there, your egg, you'll be able to brush or with your finger all of that shell off. So that shell's gone from from being really hard to coming off on my fingers. Wow, I wonder why. Maybe it's that chemical reaction again between the vinegar and the shell of the egg. I wonder what the egg might look like inside. Do we think it's still, if we opened up the egg, do we still think there'll be a yellow yolk and the white? I don't know. Perhaps when the egg is ready to take out, perhaps we cut it open and have a look. Okay, so what you will need to do for me is you will need to leave your egg in the vinegar for about 2 days. Okay, you can keep checking it, do keep checking it, but be very, very careful because it's still very delicate. Okay, and after those 2 days are up, see if you can take all of the shell off. Okay, and then hold it about 2 to 3 inches above a plate, and if you carefully drop that egg, it will bounce. Okay, how clever is that? Once you have left your egg in the vinegar for 48 hours, which is your 2 days, take it out, okay, and have a go at bouncing it, just like I've said, from about 2 to 3 inches up in the air. Don't do it from really high up because it will just go splat. Okay, still very delicate. And what I would like you to do is, on the same piece of paper, but perhaps this time turn it over, I would like you to once again draw your egg, what it looks like now. Okay, so it's still the same shape, but you might have noticed that the egg has actually got bigger. It's expanded. Okay, I'm going to put it back in. It will expand, and the reason the egg has expanded is because the egg has absorbed some of that vinegar. It means it sucked it up, so it means it's got larger. Okay, so you might want to make sure that your egg before and your egg after, the one that's after, is a bit bigger because it's absorbed some of that vinegar. And I would like you to again label what it feels like, what it looks like, label the colour that it now is. Okay, so I'm going to put the colour is now white. It's squidgy, still quite delicate. It smells really bad. It smells of vinegar. And it's got bigger and it's larger. Remember, it's larger because it's absorbed some of that vinegar. Okay, have a go at bouncing it, so test it, and then open it up. Okay, I wonder if inside the egg still looks exactly the same or whether it's changed. What do you think? I don't know. Something for you to observe, isn't it? Have a go, have a look. Okay, and then draw what it looks like on the inside as well. Okay, and that's how you make an egg bounce. adults. Now, I would really, really love to see some videos of you bouncing your egg, okay? Because I think it's absolutely amazing how it happens. Get some videos and please ask your adults to upload them onto the Facebook page. That would be brilliant. I'd love to see them. Okay, I will see you next week for another experiment. Bye-bye, everybody.